Sister, how do you feel approaching 60? And like, how do you feel?
Honest
Are
answer,
you thinking of it? Is like I'm getting old, or are you just thinking it's just another number? Just another
no, no. I feel privileged.
good answer. That's a bloody good
I
answer.
really, I'm really honest in my heart. I feel privileged.
I mean, in saying that, your life could have been not here if you hadn't have been so quick
Exactly,
to act.
exactly. It's like, yeah, going back to the accident was like 43 years ago. I shouldn't have survived it. I did. My son
Mhm.
did, which I thank God every day.
I mean, can you believe that when you think of it,
And
sis? You unknowingly were pregnant when you went flying off that motorbike, slamming
uh,
into, like, and you both survived. Wow.
a phone box, a post
You
box, and the
protected
floor.
it, like.
I was 2.5 weeks pregnant, anybody else. And then for 3 months after that, on these high painkillers. But going back to after I had the accident, and once I got on my feet and stuff, and I thought, oh, by the time I'm 40, because when you're like 17, 18, you think 40 is ancient,
Hmm.
which we did
Oh,
back
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll be in a wheelchair by the time I'm 40. Touch your wood here. I'm coming up 60. No, I'm not in a wheelchair. I use a walking stick because of osteoarthritis in my knee, but that's only been the last year. So I find myself very privileged, very lucky, and very, very happy that I'm still here.
Like, I know you're privileged to be here, and especially, I
Um,
mean, when you had that heart attack, sis, I feel you're like, ah, man. It's like, whoa. But you are still here. But how do you feel, approaching that it's a milestone age, 60. It really is.
well,
Like you say, when we
well,
were
it
younger,
is.
40 seemed old. 60, I remember, like, no way,
Right.
not thinking I'd be here. We thought it was that old. But what do you say for your future? I mean, you do suffer because of that accident physically, and
Yeah.
that's what's
Yeah.
affecting you now, and the more reason why you need to use a stick and relying on a stick because of what you suffer with that. But that is all stemmed from that motorbike accident, hasn't it?
Oh,
But that didn't
yeah.
stem your thingy for life or anything. You travel, you
Oh,
still led a,
no,
a thingy life.
not at all. My God, I think like 2 years after the accident, when I was 18, I was wearing like 4 inch heels and, you know, like there were strippers and going out and dancing. I've
Mm,
done all that. I've not missed out on
you're
life
feeling it.
because of it. But now I kind of, you reflect and you go, well, yeah, I'm more suffering now, but I've had a bloody good innings
Hmm.
type of like now I wouldn't bother going out. I can't really walk from bar to bar, stuff like that. Like
But
I could do
even if you could
five
though,
years ago.
it's like being there, done that. Like, and this is a good,
Yeah,
yeah,
isn't
this
it?
is a good
It's
marathon or
like
something, or
yeah, we done that now, teams. And it's like, yeah, I had all Christ, we were going out in the 80s, which was the bestest time.
oh yes,
Like before,
like very
like
early
before
80s
my accident and afterwards. It was like
when we shouldn't have
we
been
had,
going over.
exactly, we had the bestest time, the best music, the
Yeah.
best bars in the town. And in the last year, I've had to kind of go, slow down your walking, take it easy. You're not in a race to get anywhere. I will admit, I'm only slowing down because of the limitations of money.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be. I'd
Yeah.
still be going out when I'm invited to go out drinking and dancing and stuff like that. I would still be doing that. And I think I put limitations on myself. I think,
Freaking.
well, it's not I think, I know psychologically that I put limitations on myself because of my need. I I argue with myself a lot in my head, like use it or lose it.
Mm.
I'll use it, but if I overuse it, I'm going to suffer.
Uh-huh.
I don't like the cold. I can't. If I was invited out to go and watch a band or whatever, and we're in one place, yeah, I'll go. I'm getting to the, well, even at 50, 55, you kind of like getting to the age where I don't want to be going bar to bar to bar to bar.
Yeah, yeah.
But then when you do go out and do that, it's like, yeah, I've had a good night. But like in your head, it's like, oh yeah, I'd rather go and watch a turn
But
or
does it
something
take you
like
longer to
that.
recover? Like back in the day, we could go, we could go out 2 nights running or 3 nights running even. And as you get
Oh
older, it's
geez.
like one night out could cost you a couple of days recovery. For me, anyway, it would. I
I
mean, I
I
can't drink
I
or
I
anything
would
now, but
say I would say now if I was to go out, um, I do a lot of preparation, like especially lately. Say I was going to go out on Friday coming,
hmm.
and I know I'm going out. I have the oil that you give me that I put on every day. I use my red light therapy. I do stuff. I do my little pedal bitey thing uh, uh, to build up to support my knee before I go out.
Hmm.
Um,
So physically is the only thing that is slowing you down as you're aging up towards 60. That's the only thing that's slowing you down. Your mental, um,
oh, my mental. Oh, I'm out partying and dancing and everything. Mentally,
but you still get
you
out.
know, it's like,
Yeah. But like I feel I've gone through my menopause. Do you feel you're still in a menopause situation where and do you feel like how does it affect?
do you know what it is this? I didn't even know, and this may sound stupid, I don't know. I didn't even know, what, 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, that I was actually perimenopausal.
Hmm.
I was just not a very nice person, especially towards my partner at the time. And I didn't know why. I thought it was down to like I worked far too much, took on far too much in the mental health where I worked, building the place up and stuff. It was a rough few years. Um, and alongside that was a new relationship, which I was looking back was awful to him. And it just went on for a couple of years. And I'd gone to the GPs for whatever reason, and they said I was perimenopausal.
Hmm.
Like, all right. Even at that time, I didn't know what the symptoms of
I don't think a lot
perimenopause
of people do
was.
unless they're in it and they have to look up what the hell's going on or the doctor tells them. And people don't, because people don't show any interest. If they did, they'd understand their partners more. They'd understand their parent. They'd understand their whatever colleague more.
I had,
Especially
at
women,
that
because
time,
you're
I
going to
had
get there
not.
sometime yourself.
To me, back then, I was awful. I
Mm.
was awful. Um, and even I don't know when I went from perimenopausal to menopausal. I mean, class as being menopausal until you've gone. I think is it a year without having a period?
Yeah.
Then you're in the menopause. Um, I would say I didn't. Obviously, I didn't see how bad I was then. It's like years later when you look back that you see how bad you were. Um, through menopause, I would say my worst symptom was hot sweats. Um, not not as bad as
Sweaty.
I have
Not
seen people
sweaty hot.
say.
Yeah, like
You
soaking the bed
know,
and having to get up and
you
change the bed
know.
and stuff.
No, I've never been
Nah,
that
me neither.
that bad. So I would think looking or hearing other women's stories about menopause,
Well, that's
I think
another
I'm
topic
getting
for
off
another
pretty
day
nicely.
because, yeah, Katie's
Yeah,
suggested
but
perimenopause.
I don't, I, yeah, I don't know if I'm out of it yet. I don't know. I'm just
Mhm.
me. I was
And you didn't
awful to my
realize it.
partner, but I
Yeah,
was
you
all
didn't
right
realize
to
it.
everybody else.
Well, but he was a decent partner though, wasn't he? So it's
He was.
sometimes we take
He
things
was
out with the
lovely.
closest people, the people that are closest to us.
Yeah,
If you'd have known at
yeah.
that time, and if he'd have known at that time that this was menopausal, this is the type of case, isn't it? If you, what's wrong with this? Why am I being a twat? Why am I being a thing? Have the conversation, find out. Yeah, I'm menopausal. Let's look up the symptoms. Oh my God, moodiness. I'm so sorry. So coming up to 60 in
But turning
August, as a single
50,
woman, turning 60 in August as a single woman. Um, you've been single for a while now, like me. Do you miss a relationship? Do you still have hope for a relationship? Do you want a relationship, or do you prefer a cup of tea?
no,
Not all the
no,
above,
I
or
don't. No, no, no to all of the above. My headspace at the moment, which has been for the last few years, is like, no, I'm quite happy. I'm quite
Mhm.
content in myself, in my home, in my family dynamic. I don't feel that I need to have a partner.
And there's so
Um,
many people today, especially the young people, feel the need to have this, they need to have that, they need to have that boyfriend, or even if they're having a shitty relationship. It's like I've been single now for over. Well, I've never got deeply involved with anyone since my children's father, to be fair. And it's not because I had deep-seated feelings still for him or anything. I just didn't want a strange person in my home with my young children.
I've never I've never had to rely on anybody to provide for me.
Hmm. Me too.
I'm not saying in the past. I know in the years ago, I used to think, oh, wouldn't it be lovely to be with somebody who just wants to look after you? And then I'm thinking, well, you wouldn't let them. I'm not saying my husband at the time was not a provider, but he was.
Hmm.
But like back in the day when they swore the husband passed away just to the wife and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case because I was working also.
But you have been married in the past and stuff, so you've had a married life, you've had your children, you've got your grandchildren. Um, I've never
Yeah.
been married, but I have had a long-term partnership and had children from that partnership
Oh,
and had grandchildren. And we're coming up to, well, I mean, I'm saying we're coming up. I'm 62 this year, but you're coming up to 16. You're coming up to that period of time where your sons have left home. They've been left home a good while. They've got their own places. They've got,
oh,
you know,
yeah,
young ones got children and stuff. So it does kind of free up more space for self. And sometimes people have difficulty with that. The children fly the nest, the grandchildren start aging, so
yeah,
they're not see them more because they're out with their friends. They're not working maybe anymore. the group of friends, they start be discerning about, you know, where they're putting their energy and who they're hanging about with and that kind of stuff. But would you be
Yeah.
open? Do you know, it's, you know, coming up to 60 and aging, are you still open to the possibility of, you never know?
Might sound daft.
I
A
wish you could see our face,
companion.
folks.
A co- I'm maybe open to a companion, but not necessarily a full-on relationship, if that makes
What does
sense.
that actually mean to
Like,
you? Does a companion mean a friend with benefits? Or does it mean a
no,
friend who happens to be male who enjoys doing the same things you do?
yes.
Chatting
A
about the same
companion
things,
to
going out
me
to do the same things.
means like, yeah,
Yeah,
that
more friend than
that
romantically sexual.
yeah. Oh, I didn't want sex. That went out the window years ago. Aye, someone like
Like
that, not
someone who
someone
can,
who
someone
just
who
wants.
knows how to connect really and is not there to be anything other than real.
That's not
A
there to be
friend.
satisfied sexually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's my take on it. I don't think there's many men out there that would probably want to do that, but
You never know.
it's just somebody to have a connection with and have a laugh.
Last note, because we are running out of time. How do you feel any different? Do you feel getting to
60,
60?
no,
You're
don't
still
feel
going to
any
enjoy life?
different.
You've got holidays booked,
I,
so you're still
I,
enjoying life.
I just think I've always said age is a number. It's how you feel in yourself. Do I feel 60? Sometimes I feel 90. Other days I feel 20. It just depends. But as in age, nah. Honestly, sis, age is just a number at the end of the day.
It
It's
is.
how you feel inside, so am I scared to be 60? Nope, not at all. I'm very privileged to be the age I am now and coming up to 60.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I'll see you soon.
All right. Love you. Thank you. So that was Karen's views on turning 60. She's fearless. She has no fear at all. And the only thing preventing her from living the life she wants to live, whether she's still enjoying life, is the limitation she has to put on herself because of the accident she had way back as a teenager that is affecting her now in later life. Have you had the same kind of situation from an accident that, you recovered from in earlier life, but in later life you're suffering from? How are you approaching 60? Is the menopause bringing you down? Let us know. You can email us at cafesoulsisters@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube and click the bell for notifications and follow us along on our TikTok page at Cafe Soul Pod.